Hey there, Heather There's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Stone Cold Hockey video. We're talking about the 78-79 NHL season and seeing if I can make the Boston Bruins Stanley Cup champions. The regular season wasn't really our best. 36-28-16. We could have done better. We only beat Buffalo by 1 point for the division. Minnesota took third ahead of Toronto. Guess Punch Inlock's going to be back in town. Montreal crushed the North Division with Pittsburgh and LA battling and getting second and third for Washington. 33 wins. LA had 29, but still ties. In the Spike Division, Chicago was 3 games below 500, yet they still won the division. They would have been fourth in the Patrick, third in the Adams, and they would have been fourth in the Norris. Shows how bad they were. With Vancouver and St. Louis also playing because Colorado sucked. Others, Rangers, Philly were the class of the NHL with 90 points. Jeffrey. They were looking good. Espo, Barber, Malone, Kehoe, and Lonsbury 5 goals each. So we look at the playoff bracket, the preliminaries, the 8 non-division winning playoff teams got ranked by points. Philly, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and the Rangers all did their job. Philly was the only one to sweep their opponents. The others had to go through the, the third of the best of three. Philly got added in. They were the 4th seed against the Boston Bruins based on points. Our Boston Bruins, but we took out the Flyers in 5 games, even though the 3 games went to overtime. Buffalo got in as the 6th seed and got swept by the Habitants, who were one of the divisional winners. Pittsburgh and the Rangers both got in and had to face each other in the preliminary in the quarterfinals, with the Rangers take down the Penguins, while the Blackhawks, the other divisional champion who had to qualify, took on another divisional team, the Islanders, and got taken out in 5. So it brings us here. We had to face the Islanders, the 1 seed Islanders, where the Rangers and Habs had to play each other. Game 1 of the Rangers Habs ended up being Montreal 4, Rangers 1, as Dryden beat Sotart, with Mario Tremblay scoring 2 goals. Lafleur finally coming into play with 2 goals. He scored. Dave Farish scored for the Rangers. But yeah, Mario Tremblay, fuck that guy. So we played game 1 against the Islanders, and it will be Cheevers in the net against Chico Resch. They put Resch in the net instead of Billy Smith. We have Cheevers, Gilbert, and Petty being the goalies, but we put Cheevers in. Rick Middleton, the guy we fleeced for the Rangers for Ken Hodge Sr. in 76. Peter McNabb, top 10 in goals and points. In universe, of course, he was a decent color commentator and broadcaster before he died of cancer. John the Animal Wensick, Sean Rattel, who we fleeced from the Rangers in that 75 deal for Esposito. Wayne Cashman, who in semifinals in real life scored 2 goals. And did his job. Well, 79 real life against the Habs, but lost the final because of the too many men ice. Terry O'Reilly, Taz O'Reilly, Don Marcotte, Bobby Schmaltz, Al Secord, Bob Miller, that looks like Scrooge from Saved by the Bell, Dwight Foster, Kitchener, Al Sims, Brad Park, who we also picked up in the Esposito deal for the Rangers for Fatney, Dickie Redmond, Rick Smith, Gary Doak, the D-man, Stan Jonathan, the guy who took that too many man penalty that ruined the season, Tom Sungen, Dennis O'Brien, Mike Milbury, before he was banging people in with his shoes, with their own shoes, and Bill Bennett. On the other side, the others having Mike Bossy, one of the best gifted goal scorers of all time, before back injury read him. Brian Trottier, bringing First Nations people pride and scoring opportunities. Clark Gillies, big Clark Gillies. Danny Potvin, the Islanders' second number 1 draft pick ever. In fact, Montreal wanted to give 5 players to the Islanders for the rate for that number 1 draft pick, and the Islanders said no way. And it worked. Bob Bourne, decent player. Wayne Merrick, Bob Nystrom, the hero the next season in 1980 for the Islanders. From John Tonelli. Mike Kaczynski, Gary Hallett, Billy Harris, the first ever Islander #1 pick. Laura Henning, Stephen Pearson. Dave Lewis, who the Islanders traded to LA to get Butch Goring. A future Red Wings head coach. Ed Westfall, two-time Cup winner with the Bruins, now with the Islanders. Bob Lorimer, Pat Price, Jerry Hart, Bert Marshall, Richie Hansen, and Hector Marini. Three minutes later. We have a chance. Fuck. 3 more minutes. No, sir. 5 more minutes. Two to nothing Islanders. Nuts. Four minutes later. Fuck that. 'Others Trottier? No. But we finally score Al Sibbs, speaking Siblish. He scores from O'Brien and Redmond, make it 3-1. Finally, we're getting something cooking. Finally. Finally. Others, no. We're down 3-1 after 40 minutes. We in trouble now. We're in deep trouble now. 2 minutes later. We score! Taz. His fifth from Cashman and Millbury. 3-2. Mama. Papa. 5 minutes later. Nope. 6 minutes later. Riley. But it's too little too late. The Islanders win 5-2. Chivas just wasn't at his best, and well, it's the cupcakes. Well, we're flat. Rangers Montreal game 2 saw the Rangers come back to win 5-3. Bunny losing to Davidson. Montreal was up 3-2. Rule, Lafleur, and Shutt scoring goals. But Kachuk, Kitchener, Hedberg, Televis, Espo, and Hedberg scoring for the Rangers. So 1-1. Maybe we can go 1-1. One big change for the Islanders is Billy's fifth in the net. I don't know why. Because they're probably thinking we're going to lose. 4 minutes later. Lots of fours. We can draw. Bob Ward, 2 minutes. Okay, Boston. Now. 2 minutes later. Ah, Fuck, we're rattled. Oh no, that's them that's rattled. A major penalty on Milbury. Damn it, Milbury. Why don't you just use the shoe to hurt the guy? So for the next 5 minutes, they're on the power play. Howard gets hurt. No shot. Second killed. Charger misses. Wenzek. No. Well, the good news is that we didn't give up a goal. And then we scored. Cash Money, his fourth from O'Reilly and McNabb. 2-1. We could win. Seaford, of course. Oh! 3 hits. 5 minutes. 2 minutes later. You have a chance to score. Shellerman, Sean Rattal, his second from 1 second O'Reilly, 4-2. It's not over yet. There's a fight between Secord and Dave Lewis. We don't need help. I don't think the others have had a penalty the whole series. And we're down 2-0 to the Honors. Well, at least we got home sweet home. Yeah, I don't think they've ever had a penalty. Well, Lewis. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Michael. Game 3. Montreal crushed the Rangers at home 6-2. Soltart losing to Bunny. Rangers goes by Edberg and Espo. Montreal goes by Lafleur, Tremblay, Spit, Shut, Mondu, Lafleur, Poole. Lafleur had no goals in the quarterfinals. Now he's got 5 in 3 games. Guy Lafleur is killing the Rangers like Mike Bossy's killing us. And Billy Smith back in net. Jim Petty will be coming in for game 3. We need to make a change from Cheevers. That's for the Ghoulies. Nice stop. Much later. Just for us. Damn it, Milbury. They score. Trots. Well, it's strange because Milbury was GM of the Islanders. Trots. We're in trouble now. We'll be okay. Peter Pucking Eater, his fourth from Wenzek and Rattal, both with their 4th assists. It's all 4s. Hi, Jeff. Cash Money. His 5th from Jonathan and Sims. Cash Money. 5 minutes later. Battle. Executed. Chance? No. Oh. And a chance. Score. Trottier. Second of the night. 7 from Pat Price. Remember him, folks? I don't think I talked about Pat Price, did I? After 2. And the others are up 2-0. 5 minutes later. The first minor penalty on the others all series. And it took how many minutes? It took 165 minutes. Jetsman! 5 minutes later. Double hit. Further aggression. Fight. There's a fight between Price and O'Reilly, so Pat Price gets hurt. Terry O'Reilly. That actually hurts us offensively. And guess what? We go to overtime. We're not scared. We took 2 overtime wins from the Flyers. We're not scared. Trottier may have scored both goals, but McNabb and Cashman. We're not scared. Overtime, at 4:25 from Park and Cashman. Don Marcotte's the hero of the Progression. And we're not dead yet, guys. A 3-2 win. Rangers Montreal game 4 from Montreal, and it will be the Rangers win in overtime, so they force a game 6 at the very least. Wayne Thomas, former Montreal goalie and RIP, beats Buddy LaRocque. Rangers were at 5-4, but Napier scored his second of the night. And then in overtime at 9:05, Espo from Hickey, his ninth. Esposito. So that series will go to 6 at the very least. So now, can we make it 6? And it will be Petty versus Chico. So Jim Petty, well, he got the win, so let's keep going. I believe in Kelly and the Cupcakes. It's Gillies. But they kill the son on Secord and Miller. 5 minutes later. That's for us, Beralino. 5 more minutes. Penalty on Boston for Secord. They killed the zone. No score through 20 minutes. Yeah, the others really got badly bruised in the semifinals in real life. O'Reilly, no. Casper Bad, no. Casper Middleton, no. They're trying to hang in there. 1-0. 2 minutes later. Bossy gets whacked by Schmaltz. Oh boy. Let's go. Peppa probably goal for the 3rd straight time in Boston. Trotz scores from Pearson and Harris. Ryan Trottier has been a nightmare for us in Boston. No. That's skill stamina. Mike Bossy from Gillies and Stefan Pearson. It's now 2-1. There he is. We've been shallowly alone now. No, just score. For the 4th time in 2 games, Trotz scores from Harrison Gillies this time. So Trottier's been on fire. Oh boy. And we could only score 1 goal. We were up 1-0 after 40. It was like Jim Petty is on fire. Vexing. Very vexing. So we are in trouble. I think we've scored, 2, 2, 3, 1. We've only scored 8 goals. They've scored 14. Game 5. See, the Rangers win on home ice 4-1 as Davidson beats Dryden. Shutt scored, but Hedberg, Nielsen, Higgy, and then Kitchener's Walkachuk into the empty net. So it's 4-1 Rangers. They're trying to get revenge on those pesky Canadians for fucking them up in real life. So we go to the Islanders, and it will be Gilbert versus Billy Smith this time. We want to see if Gilly can help us out. 2 minutes aggression. Contact got hurt. Jerry Howlett for 2. Did we take advantage? Miller can't do anything. Now we can Smith. 3 minutes later. Ketskill. What a schmaltz on that one. His second from Jonathan and McNabb. 1-0 us. 2 minutes later. The Ketskill. Marcotte. The overtime hero in game 3. He scores his 3rd from O'Reilly Middleton makes it 2-0 Boston. All right. Understood. That was Hotman and Penny. It's born. Can we take advantage? No. Yeah, no. Fuck. Not no fuck. No fuck. Aggression. Chance for them. Phew. Much later. Now we have a chance. Schmaltz. Watch it through my fingers. 4 minutes later, enforcement and a fight between Middleton and Gillies. Two hard-scoring offensive players are now in the box. I think it hits us more. And it's the twos. 2-2 after 2. The 2-2 train. Depending on the others for Howitt. They killed Park and Smith. We gotta score eventually. Really? Churchill! Good. Good. Boston Pelly on O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Oh boy. Oh, we stopped Bossy. Yay. What a stop off of Mike Bossy. Who's been giving us fits all today. All series. It's 2-2. Schmeltz and Marcotte making it 2-0. And then Bourne and Gillies. 3 minutes. Nice Boston and Bossy, and we lose in overtime. We tried everything in our power, but the Islanders have sunk us in 5 games. Well, we took down Philly in 5 games, but we got taken out in 5 games. Cheevers 4-3, Petty 1-1, Gilbert 0-1. O'Reilly 12 points, Cashman 11, McNabb 8 points. So we tried. We really tried. So now the question is, did the Rangers beat the Habs? No, Montreal won 4-0 in Game 6. Dryden over Thomas. Tremblay, Hughes, Gady, and Pointu with the goals. So Game 7. Well, we have to technically give you a winner. Game 7. Poof. And it goes to the Canadiens. So Montreal wins in overtime. Tremblay from Napier and LaRouche after Murrow got in trouble for slashing. Rangers had to tie it up on an Eddie Johnstone goal. But Mario freaking Tremblay, man, this is just punishing me. Tremblay's got 9 goals. Trochier's got 9 goals. Espo 9. Edberg 9. But Espo and Hedberg are out. Now Cheever's 4 for goals against. Ken Dryden's on fucking fire. Points wise, Bossy number 1, Hedberg and Espo. But Bossy looks like he wants to win the points race. So the finals are the Islanders and Habitants. Game 1 sees Montreal go into the island and not be scared of Billy Smith. Ken Dryden does his job 6-1. Tonelli scored for the Cupcakes, but Montreal goes by Lambert, Shutt, Engblom, and Serge Savard finally getting those goals. Their goals, 6-1. And then the others went Game 2 in overtime. Montreal actually was down 4-2 and scored 2 late goals by Mundu. And then in overtime at 6:57, Tonelli from Bossy and Giles. Gillies. Makes it 5-4 Islanders, and they win the game. Resch beats Bunny. Game 3 in Montreal saw the Habitants win 3-2 as Dryden beats Resch. Montreal goals by Hughes, Mondu, and Tremblay. That guy just won't quit. Trottier and Bourne scoring for the Cupcakes. Game 4 sees the Habs win 8-2 as Billy Smith gets his butt handed to him, and Montreal's now one win away from the Stanley Cup. Others goals by Potvin and Gillies, but Montreal shut. Lafleur shut. Robinson, Kitchener. Lafleur. So Guy Lafleur sprung to life with 4 goals. Shutt had a hat trick in this one. So yeah, it was a Lafleur and Shutt show. And Lafleur added 2 assists to that. So he had a 6-point night. Jesus, Murphy. Game 5 sees the Islanders win on home turf. Smith beat Dryden. Billy Harris and 2 by Bob Bourne. Bob Gainey from Montreal. Game 6 sees Montreal Gagne. Well, game 1 was the only time the road team won. 2-1. Gagne beat Smith. Lafleur and Lapointe for Montreal. Billy Harris for the Islanders. And nothing else. Hey, Lupien. So the Montreal Canadiens won the cup in 6 games. Kind of helping me out. They're just desserts to take us out. But Montreal took out the Islanders. So Montreal won the Stanley Cup in both real life and in the simulation. Goal scoring, Shutt and Lafleur were your heroes. Points wise, Lafleur jumped all the way past Bossy in the points race. Dryden, Resch, Billy Smith, your 3 stars. But yeah, Dryden does his job. He should be named Conn Smythe, but Guy Lafleur's like, no, it's my trophy, bitch. And it sure is. So Montreal wins the cup, and that's the end of that pipe dream for me. But don't forget, I will be back with another NHL season soon. We got to do the 79 WHA season. That's next on the list. Yep, 78, 79 WHA is next on the list. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.